Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, you'll learn about how to write excellent essays fast. You don't just want to write good essays. You want to write excellent essays so that you can score higher in your tests or exams. The first thing you need to do is to consider the text type. In other words, consider the question first before you even do any form of writing. This is very important because if you choose the wrong question, you will end up getting stuck and you may find that you may not have enough relevant content. So for example, let's say you are very good at writing story-based essays. So most likely you will want to choose a question that asks you about maybe something like sharing a personal experience. Or if you enjoy writing non-narrative essays, then perhaps you would consider choosing argumentative essays, or maybe an essay that asks you to discuss about some advantages and disadvantages. All these come with practice and experience, and with enough practice, you should have a better idea of what type of essays that you're actually good at. Now, once you have chosen a question, the next obvious step is to plan your essay. I've seen many students just choose the question and then they jump straight into writing, and very often they find themselves faced with a mental block. Due to lack of planning, they do not know how to continue their essays. Or due to poor planning, they find that sometimes they finish their essays too quickly, and as a result, the essay doesn't have enough word count. So always plan your essay. By planning, I mean that you do not have to write overly detailed overviews of your essays, right? All you have to do is to write down in point form what you're going to write about. Now, if you have all the tiny details that are coming into your head, then of course you can always jot them down, but that is not necessary at this stage. So mostly you want to create the main ideas and then jot them down in bullet points, and that's probably good enough. In other words, you just want an overall outline for your essay. Once you have a good outline, it's easier to see what you have done right and what you have done wrong. And at this early stage, it is very easy to make corrections. You can always go back, cancel away the points that you think are not good enough for your essay, and then keep the good points, or you may want to brainstorm for even more points to add to your essay. Once you're happy with your points, you can begin writing. Okay, of course, it's always good that you can write without introducing any grammar mistakes into your essay, okay, because this will help you save time. There are no shortcuts to writing fast. You just have to practice, and practice. Now, during a test or an exam, you do not score any marks for writing in the perfect or the most beautiful handwriting, right? But you do score high marks, okay, if you have got good content, as well as a display of strong command of language. So don't spend too much time trying to make your handwriting look like 100% perfect and neat, right? As long as your handwriting is legible and the examiner can easily make out what you're trying to write, I think you're doing a good job. So practice more, practice often, write more, and soon enough you'll discover that you will be able to complete an entire essay of about, say, 500 words in just about 20 minutes. Okay, the rest of the time is used for planning and checking your essays. The time is not actually used for doing the writing itself. Okay, so once you're done with the writing, what do you do next? The last step is actually to check for grammar mistakes. Now, as I've already mentioned, it's always best not to introduce any mistakes when you write. Okay, but then again, we are human. We tend to commit mistakes no matter how careful we are. So it's always good to go back and check for grammar mistakes. Now, this can mean the difference between an A grade and a B grade. So let's say you have very strong content, right? And you have a very good command of language, but you're very careless, right? So you make lots of grammar mistakes in your essays, and that doesn't reflect very well on you. Most examiners or markers, they actually penalize your grammar mistakes because ultimately you're working on a language paper, right? You need to demonstrate that you have a strong command of the language You need to demonstrate that you have the ability to use the language without making too many careless mistakes. Now, of course, if you have just a small handful of mistakes here and there, most likely it wouldn't affect your grade too much, right? But you have very glaring mistakes, right? Every single sentence or every other sentence, you have some form of grammar mistakes. That is going to affect your grades. Alright, so that's all the tips I have for you in this video. I hope you learn to enjoy your essay writing and score higher marks. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you around soon. Oh, and remember to subscribe and comment.